Projekt X.
James and Jonah.
Right.
You ever notice that you never see those two guys in the same room as JD and Blue?
You have no idea the twist that this has put in my underoos since I've heard about this, like, last week.
You went straight out of a left-hand turn lane.
It was raining. I couldn't see the line.
You were wasted.
I was a little drunk.
All new listeners get naked pictures of Johnny Five.
Magnifying glass not included.
Projekt X.
MorningShowCentral.com. It's the Projekt X show. I wish I would have thought that out a little better.
I wish I would have gotten that picture of Johnny Five.
You weren't a new listener. The new listeners did get them.
I know. I was a listener at one point, but I guess I was too late.
That was well after you started.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was made before I even met you.
Oh.
That was. What was your start date?
What was my start date? At OCB?
Yeah.
June
3rd. That was a month before.
June-ish, yeah. June.
It was almost exactly a month before.
Oh, man.
Well, Pat's not here. It's the Projekt X show. I'm Otter. To my left is Johnny Five. To my lefter is Girl. I thought Rooster was going to be here this week because he said he was going to. Apparently he's not. Now
He checked in on 480 on Foursquare.
Maybe he's on his way. Maybe there's an accident involving Charlie Murphy. Now, there's a reason that we did that intro, because since Pat's not here, I had to bring in a guest co-host for tonight. So, standing just off camera to my right, I'm just kidding, Brian's not here. And that's why I
I wish to God he was, dude, because he'd be so much more comfortable standing where I am.
Right? I wish I could have planned that out, and I knew that we were going to do that beforehand, because I was talking earlier, I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen with listeners tonight, because I didn't have time to post an event invite on the Facebook like I usually do every week, but I still posted the status updates about, hey, come listen to the show. Mm-hmm. And if I would have posted that Brian was going to be live in studio, or we were going to have a special guest, and then did that intro and people were paying attention, it could have been something big. But it wasn't.
For about 30 seconds until they realized he wasn't here.
And then we'd end the show. Yep. In the production studio, Chris MSC Everman. In the green room, we have intern Semi-Normal.
Yes.
But also a special guest. It's not just intern Semi-Normal. With her is our old intern, Ty 2.0. And by the way, bear with me with my voice this week. I have some kind of plague that's finally affecting my vocal cords, so I might sound a little off. Or I'll just blame it on the equipment.
Okay, John Mayer.
Mm-hmm. So Ty 2.0 is in there. And it's funny, I guess he has started his career, if you will. He's taking what he learned at OCB and what he's learned from us when he was an intern here, and he has put it into his media career and is doing some work with these people. Well, one of the people that he's doing work for came in to approve some of his work. And apparently not much has changed since he was an intern here and was effing up here. Because the lady that's with him right now isn't happy with his professional work.
Yeah, I heard a very not happy female voice coming from that room.
And it wasn't Semi-Normal.
And it was not Semi-Normal, correct.
I was a little worried when we went out to smoke before the show started. And this lady that's here that's supposed to be checking his work that I hope he's not getting paid for. And if he is, I hope it's not in money, at least not a lot of money. She didn't even see the project or hear whatever the project, I think it's a video project or something that he's working on.
Yeah.
She didn't even see it yet, and she was already unhappy and was bitching at him because he already messed up before she even saw the video. So I can only imagine what happened when she finally saw the video, which apparently wasn't good things.
Well, I mean, I heard some things. That's all I'm going to say.
You know, there's been stories about interns in the past.
But he's redeeming himself. He's fixing it.
Yeah, just like he did when he was here, too, right? About interns in the past, either interns that we've had or interns that we knew when we were interning at stations, or maybe that, people know now that are working in the industry.
Or maybe our own stories that we just say to someone else.
Sure.
I've never denied anything.
When you were an intern, it's hard to be an intern. You're the new guy.
Especially at 5 o'clock in the morning, buddy.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, you're the lowest guy in the totem pole. You're around these people who you kind of look up to and are like, they're doing something, unless you're an intern for us.
Right.
So, like, you're bound to make mistakes as an intern at a real radio station or TV station.
Oh, God, yeah.
However, there's been people that I know personally that may not have been the best intern in the world, but then got hired on afterward at a different job or the job they were interning at.
Why are you looking at me?
Because there's nobody. No, because trust me, I'm not going to say this about you. This isn't about you. There's nowhere else to look this week. You guys are here. That they might have not been the best intern, but once they got hired on, they did a good job, in their career.
You got to start somewhere.
Apparently, Ty 2.0 didn't get that memo because he's doing the same things that he did here.
Well, maybe he's a slow learner.
Of course, now he's doing it on his own time. So,
again, I hope he's not getting paid for this. I hope this was like the
I'm sure we
trial
can find
run.
out.
This was the trial run to see if he's going to get future paying gigs.
Are we on in that room?
With these people, I don't know.
Yeah, we are.
Awesome.
Oh, no.
He can't hear us, though, because he's trying to work diligently to fix his mistakes.
And he can only do one thing at a time.
Well,
Apparently, he doesn't pay attention to anything.
Ever.
in his defense, there's only a couple screw-ups he did.
Only a couple.
That's not That's not okay. If you're getting paid for something, there should be zero screw-ups.
Hey, screw-ups cost money in this business.
Oh, real.
In any business. I mean, if he was a professional athlete, he would have been traded 2 hours ago.
Yeah. We should have traded him when we had him.
We should have. We should do that with other internet radio stations.
I like
we
that
should
idea.
have an intern trade.
I like that. An intern draft of
Yeah.
sorts, if you will. Can we send them back to, like, OCB?
Nobody wants to be here. Let's be honest. We're the substitute Spanish teacher that only took French in high school.
Package returned.
That being said, if you're not already there, get to the website, projectxshow.com. Project spelled with a K.
Not with C.
I'm not sure if you two are assholes today.
Oh, that's not how it goes. Backwards
No.
if you can.
Backwards
If you can. Oh,
Because
yeah,
we're
that's
hip
right.
like that.
Didn't even think of that. Oh, yeah.
I mean, what the hell?
Why not? Apparently
Throw 'em
we're
back in the
throwing
intro.
back. I didn't think about working that out this week.
Yeah, I totally effed that up.
Yeah, well, you can totally not F it up the next time.
Well, when you're
Try it
staring
again.
at your phone and your cell phone
Yes.
and your computer at the same time.
You want to try that again?
No, we'll try it after the next break.
All right.
Now,
sure?
No, huh?
You sure?
Yeah.
No, we got nothing else going on right now.
That's good. No, I have stuff. I have lists and stuff. And girls sent over a bunch of stories that are really good.
Did I really?
No.
Well, you sent a bunch of stories.
Yeah. Okay.
We can make them really good.
There's one or two that might be okay. Pat's
There's
not
one I'm
here.
really excited about, to be honest with you.
Pat is understanding what it is to be a husband
Ooh, hardcore.
and a husband with a pregnant wife. So he had to take a leave of absence today. And I hope everything's okay and everything works out. Okay. Things are looking up as far as the last update that I had.
Well, that's good.
So keep your thoughts with them for now. He said something. He said to me because his wife's been under the weather. Okay. And it's been like a bad illness. Like she posted it on Facebook about how like she was up all night and Pat was such a sweetheart because he stayed up with her all night and all these other things. I'm like, Pat, you sap. But apparently,
Dude, it took him 31 years to get her.
This is true. This is very true. So, like, I guess, like, she had a normal baby checkup on Monday, and that's why he didn't force her to go to the doctor to see what was wrong with her over the weekend, because he knew she would be going Monday anyway. Just live till Monday, and then we'll figure out what's wrong with you. So she did, and
Thankfully.
the doctor gave her some stuff that he thought would help. And apparently it hasn't started helping because she tried to go to work today and she left work in just complete agony today. And he's telling me the story through text and he's like, so, we called the doctor and the doctor said go to labor and delivery. Like she has to go to labor and delivery and my mom's taking her there now. And I'm
That's
like,
scary.
oh, I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, labor. I'm like, and I'm doing
Yeah,
the math.
so
I'm
good.
like, I think they're only like 6 months pregnant. Labor and delivery. What are you talking about? Like I thought they were going to try to make her have the baby today or something.
Nah, it's the best place to monitor.
Well, that's what he
'Cause they
said.
can.
Unbeknownst to me, he was like, apparently when you're pregnant, instead of going and waiting at the ER, the doctor will send you to labor and delivery, and they can do all the monitoring and all the things
Because
there.
they can do fetal heart monitors and so on and so forth. make sure everything's cool.
First and foremost, most importantly, the baby is okay. So in case anybody gets any worries or thoughts about that.
That was actually the first thing I worried about.
Yeah.
It wasn't, no offense, Kathy, but it was not her health. It was Molly's.
However,
So.
the two kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
at the same
sometimes,
time,
yeah.
you know.
But yeah, sure.
Molly's in a little more delicate of a situation in there.
I suppose. She's a tough old gal.
It's rough in there.
Yeah, right, dude. That's the comfiest place you'll ever be in your life. Why do you think they never want to come out? So also, St. Patty's Day is this weekend.
Yes.
Don't say like it's going to be fun. It's the first St. Patty's Day, and as long as I can remember, that I'm actually able to go to the parade.
Ugh.
And that the weather is going to be extremely nice.
Oh, it was nice last year.
And not extremely. You don't understand. 40 degrees is not nice to me.
Especially considering, what was that, 2-3 years ago it snowed?
Yeah. And I'm not able to go this year.
Wait, I thought you just said you were able to go.
No, it's the first year that I'm actually, could go and the weather's going to be nice.
Oh, and you can't.
But I can't.
Why? What's more important than St. Patrick's Day?
The kid. See, it ruins everything. And then I don't even get to partake in the late night fun afterward because I have to work that night. No, that's cool. You have a pretty fun job. No, because it's another DJ party. And it's the one big one that we had that was like called Reckless or something like that with like 5,000 DJs on 4 different stages. Well, this is Reckless 2.
So it's 5,002 DJs?
Maybe.
Or?
I'll be there till 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm working that night too, actually. It's just not... Plus, I'm not a big fan of the holiday in general.
Well,
How close did you grow up to Hoboken?
Yeah.
We need to know.
How close did I grow up to Hoboken? Well, I moved around New Jersey a lot. I'll say 45 minutes. I think that's
Close enough.
That's a fair average.
That might be why.
I didn't even know that was a bad thing.
No.
This is going to be our St. Patty's Day show of sorts, since this is the only way I'm going to get to celebrate this year.
We should have brought beer. Oh, I mean, non-alcoholic beer, because we're not allowed to drink in this studio.
Unless it's Four Loko and it's a Monday night. But that's okay. An
He
experiment.
doesn't do that anymore.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something.
Anymore?
I'm going to tell you something. And here's the thing. Chris, who I say is an MSC everyman every week, okay, he owns and operates the studio, okay? So we have to follow his rules in the studio. And one of his rules once we moved to this one was no drinking of alcoholic beverages in the studio.
Period.
Yes.
At all.
No matter what.
Ever.
Not even for an on-air experiment.
So we come...
I didn't go that far.
Hey, shut up and take your medicine.
So we come in one Tuesday, and a guy who used to be on the show, Tom Von Erich, who actually could have won a date with a girl a few
He
weeks ago.
could have.
And every Monday night, everything in between.
He does everything in between every Monday night, and he does the high-end sports show immediately after that. Well, on his Everything in Between show, apparently they were doing an experiment
With cocaine and Four Loko.
with cocaine energy drink and Four Loko. Because we came in, and I see a Four Loko can in the trash. And I'm like, well, what the hell, dude? I could be drinking every week. This is crap. And, oh, it's for an experiment, so it was okay. It was an experiment. Well, this was like 4 months ago-ish, somewhere around there. I come in 2 to 4 weeks ago, and there's a Four Loko can in the trash again. What experiment was it this time, Christopher?
I didn't know anything about that one.
So you missed the 24-ounce huge brightly colored can
I'm in this room.
with a TV monitor right next to you
Yeah.
that shows you a close up of what's happening in this room.
We should do an experiment. How many beers can girl have and still wake up to go to her job in the morning?
1.
I like that experiment.
We would have an experiment on how many beers does it take to make girl hot, but nobody wants to die of alcohol poisoning.
You can do that experiment if you want.
I'll have to find a DD on a Tuesday night. We wouldn't have enough time.
Apparently you have a friend here.
That's Ryan's friend. I don't know who Ryan is.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. So I'm a little perturbed, and I take part responsibility for the no drinking in the studio rule.
As do I.
Because, now granted, showtime, we weren't bad. Like, we used to only have like a couple tall boys or so before the show in the old studio in Lakewood.
Well, let's clarify. When we say a couple, it was one you, one me.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, we're sitting here
2 or 3 between
2 or
each
3.
of you.
Yeah.
No, we'd have a quick tall boy. We'd sit out back when it was nice and talk about life and have a beer. and then come do the show. However,
prior to that.
Yeah, clarify. Go ahead.
there have been times I used to be known to go work on things either for this show or the infusion group that I'm in after hours at the studio. Okay, well, when I'm doing this kind of work, editing and things like this, I like to have a beer next to me.
Oh, yeah.
My problem is I can't drink only a beer.
Is that a problem?
Well, no. Maybe for some
sometimes.
people. So I would bring like a 12-pack to the studio, not be done with the work yet, have to go across the street to Walgreens to get another 12-pack, and I would leave kind of drunk. Well, there were times where, like, some people, like a band, would come over, okay? And maybe there was fireworks in the back alley and not all the fireworks were cleaned up. Or maybe there was a time where I slept at the studio,
maybe,
wasted, and woke up still drunk to do the show and then started drinking PBR cans and throwing them around the studio.
These are all hypothetical.
Yeah, these are all
allegedly
things that could have possibly have happened if you had drank.
Right.
Just back up. You did 3 shows at night.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. There was, okay, that was another time. There was a time where I maybe my wife and I had gotten in a fight on a Sunday night.
You didn't throw the headphones, did you?
No.
All right. Well,
And
Thank God.
And I sat at the studio and was up all night drinking and didn't fall asleep till maybe 8 o'clock that morning. Woke up to Chris coming into the studio to do the shows that we had just talked about, the Everywhere in Between and the Sunday Hangover show. Or, I'm sorry, the Everything in Between and the High End Sports show. I wanted to keep drinking because I was still drunk. Well, we talked about how Von Erich likes to drink during his shows, so we thought it'd be a good idea to walk down to Drug Mart and get more beers. And since I'm drunk again, now I want to do a show with him. So I was a special guest co-host on his show. Then the sports guys come in for their show, and I was like, hey, give me a mic. I'll talk about sports with you guys. and so
those were some great shows.
Allegedly, things like that happened. And then allegedly, the PBR toss of 2010 or 29 happened also. However,
nothing's ever happened here.
Thank God.
It's a different kind of vibe here. I don't think it would get like that if we drank.
We're the newer, friendlier PX.
Yeah. And it's not as fun here. This place seems more professional as the other place. The other place, we had the nice storefront window where people could just come and wave at us or bring us our pizza and say hi.
See,
and
Barney Morris right downstairs.
Right.
I only miss that
next
place
door.
when the weather's like this.
Yes.
Because this was when it was great to be there. When it was first starting to get warm, there was a lot of people around. It kind of felt alive and vibrant.
Stores catching fire 2 doors back.
Yeah.
Wow,
there
we're
was
on the air.
There was action.
awesome,
There was
though.
things going on. The world could blow up here. We would not know.
No, dude, we're kind of like in a bunker.
We are in a bunker.
There's no windows. You have to go down this maze of a hallway to get into our studio area. Yeah. Anything could happen. We would never know.
The Morning Show Central Dungeon.
And there's no back alley. The back alley was the best part of that place.
Yep.
I cannot tell you how much urine of mine is in that back alley. And it would amaze me because the ground, the way the ground was formed and the color of the cement and the not being even, when I would pee off of those back steps after drinking maybe about 8 to 10 to 16 beers, it looked like I had just peed a lake. Like, it spread all the way down to the street, all the way down to the... Like, it filled up the whole alley.
I'm surprised that's the only bodily fluid of yours that's in that back alley.
It's probably not.
I don't vomit from drinking anymore.
No, that's not what I was talking about.
Oh, no, gross. Not in the back alley.
That's on the couch.
Yes, I remember that story.
That is the couch cover.
Ugh, that couch. And then you made me sit on it and you didn't tell me.
That's okay. Imagine how Chris felt in this chair. Or when Barney Morris had his studio downstairs, how he felt on his couch.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. The one time he didn't leave it locked. By the way, congratulations, I have to add, before we go to break real quick, to Barney Morris. He had a kid.
What, like a goat?
No, like a baby human.
Are
Came
you
out of his
sure
wife. Yep.
It's baby human.
Yeah, I saw a picture of
It's
it.
100% human.
If it's from him and his wife. So
Wow.
congratulations, he's going to be a
Does
great
it smell
father.
like cherry pie?
Oh, God.
Scary.
Sure, it looked like it coming out. This being the St. Patty's Day show, there's a very special band that I had discovered for the first time a few months back when they were playing with the Street Dogs at the Grog Shop. They're called Murder the Stout. Okay. They're a Gaelic punk band. We'll be playing songs by them all night on our breaks.
Awesome.
So you're going to hear a song from them now. You listen to Project X.
From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Weather.com forecaster Brian Ivy here for your MSC radio update. We had a beautiful, fantastic day across northeastern Ohio today with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s and plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will drop this evening in the lower 60s before the sun sets. So when you get out of work or school, make sure to get outside and enjoy it for a little bit. And then once the sun sets, we're going to have that heat escaping up into the atmosphere, and temperatures will kind of free fall tonight through the 50s into the mid-40s by 4 or 5 a.m. And then we're going to work our way back up the roller coaster and go on an upward trend for tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies, a little bit of haze in there, but only a few clouds really floating by for Wednesday. Temperatures should top out in the lower 70s across many areas, a little bit cooler near the lakeshore. And then Thursday, we increase the cloudiness to about partly cloudy. We even increase the temperatures a few degrees to the mid-70s and add a chance of an isolated thunderstorm.
Oh my! What's that? We're coming, Little Rock. Are you ready? Hide the wife and lock the doors. Cocaine Energy is coming. Redux Beverages has officially announced the launch of Cocaine Energy in Little Rock, Arkansas. Look for it at your local retailer. And if they don't carry it, tell them they need to stock it. Also available online at drinkcocaine.com. unsigned bands.
You are jam-packed.
Hey, unsigned bands. Want your music heard? Yeah! Shoot us an email with the name of the band and the MP3 of the song. Send it to show@morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com. Heat 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningshowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectiphy backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectiphy backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectiphy can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectiphy.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits. A 99.5% uptime guarantee and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
You know the fresh out of the shower feeling? Yeah, us neither. Projekt X.
crap. Hey, Chris, is there something on the printer in there?
Yep.
Yeah, can I have that, please, when we get a chance?
Yeah, as soon as you bring the show back.
We're back.
Intern, do your job. Go get the stuff off the printer.
She can't hear because of all the yelling.
Should we talk about that?
No.
Why, that's hysterical.
Can we just replay the first segment, see if they can hear it now? If you're not already there, get to the website, projectxshow.com, project spelled with a K.
Not with a C.
Backwards if you can.
Because I don't even
Because
know.
we're hip like that.
Because we're hip like that.
Oh, my God. I even gave you just so you had your part to do. And you
Yeah,
still messed
I
it
was
up.
ready to do that part, and then you did it, and I got all confused again.
Idiot. If you're not already there, nope, not that. If you want to call the show, 888-668-0742, toll free worldwide. We're going to talk about Facebook, maybe the Big Bang Theory. But first, I have an Idiot of the Week nominee. From Florida. I haven't done a Florida one in a long time.
And there's always good ones down there.
Florida used to be like, when we would do these Florida every week, at least 2 people would have Florida. This is from Plant City, Florida. The Plant City Police Department is investigating a deadly crash that occurred due to the driver fleeing a previous hit-and-run crash. According to detectives, it happened Saturday around 9:10 p.m. Jorge Hernandez Sargento, 29, was reportedly traveling northbound on James L. Redmond Parkway a little after 9 when he allegedly struck the rear right corner of another vehicle. Investigators say he left the scene of that crash and continued northbound on James L. Redmond Parkway. He then turned east onto East Park Road, then south onto Walden Woods Drive. According to reports, as Hernandez traveled southbound, he struck a curb just north of Walden Way. He lost control of his Chevy Suburban and struck a tree, causing the vehicle to overturn. He was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. Ugh. His passenger, Elnar Osorio, maybe, remained in the vehicle and sustained minor injuries. So the dude hit somebody and ran, and then while running, got himself into an accident and killed himself. We didn't have much to talk about today. I lied when I said in the beginning of the show that we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, because we don't.
And Johnny Five wasn't sure if he was going to make it in because he has to take an emergency trip out of town.
Mm-hmm.
So he...
Jeez, we almost just had a you and me.
Yeah, I know. I was going to cancel if that happened.
That's the whole reason I agreed to push back leaving until tomorrow morning, because I knew that the show would be canceled. And I also know what happens when we take a week off.
Yeah.
That's all. I'd rather have a bad show this week and a good one next week than no show this week and 2 bad shows after that.
Yep. So that being said, not knowing if he was going to be able to make it in today and whatever else, Johnny Five didn't have a top 13. But we have the St. Patty's Day slideshow that we could show a little later on.
Okay.
And I also have a list. I don't like doing lists, or at least too many lists when we do the top 13 at the end of the show, because then it's just a list show and that gets a little redundant. However, HLNTV.com has compiled a list. It's the Facebook Don't Do list.
Oh, no.
Okay, have you seen this?
No, but I heard some mumblings during the break.
And I can tell you from seeing her updates, I can count of 3 at least that are on here.
This is going to be another, let's point out how ridiculous girls' life is break.
Now, the thing is...
pretty much every break.
Yeah.
I didn't read the list, okay, but I said in passing after we went to break, let's see how many of these girl does.
Yeah.
Regularly.
I'm actually pulling up my Facebook profile right now, so we can pull up examples.
Okay, so this is the Facebook Don't Do list. All right, there are 6 Facebook habits of, and this is what the website says, highly annoying people.
So you might do all 6.
Just so you have some kind of reference.
We might be able to add a couple.
Oh.
The first one is liking bad news, such as my grandma just died, so sad, and you click like.
Oh, I've never done that. Although I have been tempted to, only because I have a friend who always posts bad news about him and his significant other breaking up, and it's so whiny and so ridiculous. I want to like it so badly to be a B word.
I did that once, and I did this not too long ago with Pat, when his uncle died, and he put this really nice.
Right.
Pat expounds. Yeah, Pat expounds, and Pat writes basically short novellas.
Right. No, he does.
When something bad happens.
Yeah.
But
Right.
they're always so poetic and beautiful.
Oh, no,
and
when
I don't
Pat's
know
life
why
is-
he can't do that on air.
Right. When his life is good, it's like a 1-2 word status update. When something tragic happens in his life, like Johnny Five said, it's like a novella.
I know. I have read things, and I'm like, man. Like,
You don't even
I've
have to
got a
read
lot
it.
of
You could just see the
respect for
length of it and
Pat.
be like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that's good.
I'm going to put it out there. I know he's not here, but I'm going to run the idea by him next week. I think we should compile all of his bad news ones, write a book, and outsell Nicholas Sparks.
We could,
because I honestly, it would be
true.
a movie next week.
We could do that
with Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I was. I saw that, and I was going to do the same thing. I was going to like that, but then I was like, wow. And other people liked it.
Yeah.
And again, they were liking it because of the beautiful things that he was saying.
Yeah, and it's that, and like him. I think Brian did it at one point on the anniversary of a parent's death.
Mm-hmm.
And the "We'll miss you" message, and
Right.
"We still miss you," and all this.
Yeah, you're not
Those, I'll
liking
do
the
that.
death. You're just liking the way he's remembering that person.
Yes, but the death makes that remembrance possible. So in
Right,
essence,
right.
you are liking the death, which kind of sucks, and it's kind of morbid and borderline evil. But it's if he wasn't such a damn fine writer, you know. I mean, I know guys that would do that and just get redundant.
Sure.
But he doesn't. Somehow they all seem different.
Right.
Which is something we're celebrating.
That's true. Dennis, I've been saying this for as long as I've had Facebook. Facebook needs a dislike button.
No, it does. It definitely does.
And I love seeing, like, every few months, it'll pop up. You'll get the couple suckers. You'll see it in your newsfeed where somebody's like, they'll post a thing. And it's like, post this and you'll automatically have a dislike button. Nobody else on Facebook does, but you'll have it if you
restart
post
your
this.
computer, repost this and restart your computer and count to 5 and turn around and bang yourself on the head
Right.
and you'll get a dislike button.
But a unicorn dies.
I'm gonna take issue with something on Facebook real quick, and I'm not gonna go too far into it because I don't want to get into the argument of this whole new timeline thing, which apparently I was told tonight is the night at midnight, and I haven't switched over yet. My personal page, apparently our Projekt X page has been switched over. My personal page wasn't because it's stupid. Like I don't know what it's about. I don't want to know what it's about. It's not whatever, dude.
It's not that bad, really. I switched mine over when it first happened, and it wasn't horrible.
Well, they're automatically making you do it, and they've been saying this for like the past couple months that it's going to happen. It's going to automatically switch if you haven't switched. Now, I was told that by Chris tonight that that's going to happen at midnight if you're not switched over. It's going to automatically switch. Here's what I don't understand. Nobody asked for this timeline. Okay, I never saw, and I have like, I don't know, maybe 1,300 friends. I've never seen in my news feed somebody pop up and be like, oh man, can you give us a timeline feature? But they do this complete overhaul of their whole damn website. But I'll tell you what, at least 2-3 times a day I see somebody saying something about needing a dislike button. They can't make one little friggin' button, but they can make this whole big thing.
True.
Unbelievable.
True.
I agree with Dennis. In 2 years, we are all going to be back on MySpace.
True.
I think it's starting to happen now.
I think what we should do is institute the dislike button on our own social media site, our own social networking site called Face Coliseum.
And the only thing it has is a dislike button.
Yeah,
you can add pictures, status updates, and a dislike button. That's it.
A like and a dislike, thumbs up, thumbs down. But like the gladiators,
right?
If you get a majority of dislikes,
you get killed.
You get banned from posting for a week.
I like that.
I like that.
So if in 24 hours, if you get in 24 hours, if you get 500 people respond to this post, but
that's
251 of them dislike it, you're bounced for a week.
That's problematic for pages like Fox 8 News if they signed up to our Face Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when the Chardon school shooting happened.
Yeah.
And there was a dislike option. They wouldn't be able to give anybody any news. Because let's face it, nobody watches their newscast. They get their news from that station on their Facebook.
Right.
Nobody would get any news from Fox 8. They would have to watch their... Genius! They would have to watch their actual newscast.
So we're helping the media, which we're a part of.
We're trademarking that on our next break, so nobody can steal that idea. Copyright, trademark.
So all three of you, you're out of luck.
Number 2, Facebook.
Two, because one is married to somebody here.
Yeah,
so.
right.
Real quick, they're doing verified accounts to like Twitter on Facebook now.
Okay.
Yeah, so now you can actually have a verified account on Facebook.
I'm verifiable.
Look, we already have an investor.
Nice. Don't tell anybody. Shh. Unless it's other investors. HLNTV.com, Facebook Don't Do List. Facebook Habits of Highly Annoying People. Number 2, music listening oversharing. Telling the world that you just listened, telling the world what you just listened to now.
Oversharing. I do it every once in a while. You can't look at me like that, J5.
Every once in a while means every other day.
It says telling people the music you listen to is awesome and whatever, and it doesn't impress people. You do it, and like you might not do it every day, but when you do it, like every other day, it's like 3 or 4 songs rapid fire in a row.
Yeah.
That I know you're not listening to the whole song
Right,
because
right,
it's a 4-minute
right.
song, and the next minute you're posting another song, and it's all terrible music.
Because I forget to put it in private session, and I'm like scrolling through my list, and then all of a sudden I'm like, crap, I just scrolled through like 6 songs really fast, and I bet you I'm not in private, and I bet you everyone just thinks that I listen to these like 6 lame songs in a row.
I'm going to add an addendum to this one.
Okay.
Posting bad songs from way back when that you found on YouTube.
I used to do a throwback Sunday.
See, our former intern does that every week. The old school jam of the week. You find some obscure hip hop song from the 90s and pops it on.
I used to do like a throwback Sunday, or like a, what did I call it? I think I called it something like that.
What do you think? And I hate those. It's Facebook DJing. Why do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, I was just...
She's bored.
I was just...
Are you fulfilling some inner need to be Alan Freed? Like, I don't... but you can't do it in real life, so Facebook is now your medium to do this?
Well, I mean, I was trying to do a bit on Facebook, yeah. I mean,
but
I guess
for
so,
your
yeah.
work or for yourself? Because why would you're doing a bit for your... You didn't say I for that. I was doing a throwback Sunday. Well... Me, girl, who cares? Who cares about your throwback Sunday?
Well, that was the social experiment to see who actually cared.
How quickly did that one end?
I think I did 4 or 5 of them.
Because nobody cared.
Because nobody cared.
4 or 5 songs or 4 or 5 Sundays?
4 or 5 Sundays.
It took you that long?
Which would be 4 or 5 songs, because it was one song every Sunday.
Oh, okay, I understand.
I mean, every once in a while, and I'll admit it, every once in a while I'll post something like that, but it's always a song that nobody's heard in forever.
I'll post a song that I think other people should listen to. But like once a week.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I delete all mine. Like, I leave them up for an hour or two, and then I delete it.
The other thing is if you have your Facebook connected with your YouTube and you go to YouTube and you start viewing these things and you like the video on YouTube, they will automatically post on your Facebook.
Well, same thing with Spotify. Yeah. That's why sometimes I forget I'm in a private session, or I'm not in a private session, and I'm just like scrolling through my playlist. I'm like, oh, I'm in the mood to listen to some music. I'm doing some work. I'm, whatever.
Always terrible music, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
I was
going to say, our buddy James Melzer just got into Spotify.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he just posted it, and like he just really started playing around with it and is really into it. But at the same time, this is the guy that 3 weeks ago was raving and screaming the praises of Pinterest.
This is true. So, I'm not even going to touch on that.
He needs to write a new book. Bad.
Number 3, posting an inspirational quote. They don't actually inspire anyone. Those ones I hate too.
I don't do that. I don't think I've ever done that.
No, because I'm
not an inspiring person.
You're not inspired.
Yeah.
4, taking self-portraits with your camera phone.
Ugh, I hate those. There is a person in the media who does it all the time.
No, it says
so annoying.
In the media that do it all the time.
Yeah, but this person specifically gets crap from other people in the media on their Facebook page about it. There's like a backlash.
Holly Strano?
Maybe.
It says these pictures are just never flattering, and I disagree with that part. I disagree with that statement on this one because you'll see plenty of people, mostly girls, are famous for it, where they'll take, I guess we'll call them they used to be called the MySpace picture of themselves, looking up at their phone.
The angles. They used to be called the angles.
And you can only see your face and like their cleavage, and you're like, oh, that girl looks kind of cute, and then you see her in real life, and she's like 500 pounds because you can't see the rest of her. So in that case, they're flattering.
When MySpace first came out, there was actually a video that circulated around MySpace that was called The Angles, and it was a guy, it was a typical like guy dressed as a girl, taking pictures of himself in the angles, and the whole point of it was that guys were thinking this was a hot chick, and it was really some dude like in a wig with like
doing duck face.
Yeah, with I don't know, blow up things as boobs or whatever. It was
if
pretty
I'm
funny.
not mistaken, on WikiHow, I ran across an article about how to take a good camera phone self-portrait for social networking sites.
Right.
I'm sure.
I think somebody from our local media.
Yes, I think that person read that article. Yes.
5. Enough with all the baby pictures. It's not a competition.
I have one.
I mean, I suppose if you post like 50 photos of your baby, it can get
which
a little...
Which is stupid anyhow.
But like...
Let's be honest.
Having a few, you have it. Okay, that's cool. I want to see a picture of your baby. You had it. But I don't need to see every single thing your baby does every single
I don't have such a problem with this one because this one, like, especially a parent of a newborn, and if it's their first child, they're overly excited, so they're not thinking about it. They're just like, oh my god, I'm so infatuated with this baby, I want everybody to see. But also, You can track the progression of the baby. It's
When
like a
did
modern-day
you
growth
become
chart.
so soft? You would think
No, that one I don't have a problem with that
I
one.
would think you would have
Instead
a
of
problem
keeping
with
a photo album like I have with the little ribbon tie on it and the little blue bear and opening it up and all these pictures and the pages start to get yellow because it's 28, almost 30 years old. Okay. Now you have a baby album, your photo album's on Facebook.
But here's the problem. When the computers rise up against us, you're going to lose that.
Unless the computer thinks your baby's really cute.
Here's the problem. You have an ugly baby, and I can't tell you.
He doesn't have a baby.
That makes me mean if I tell you, and
no,
I do
you tell
not
him.
want
No,
to
you tell him.
see
You tell him.
pictures
You absolutely
of your
tell him.
ugly baby
Who
online.
cares if you're mean? So you lose a friend.
Down to that.
Odds are you don't know him anyhow.
Everybody's baby's ugly, though. Everybody's baby is ugly.
I'm okay
It's a
with that, though.
Baby.
They're
ugly.
If you're posting, now this part I'm okay with. If you're posting out for the world to see a picture of your child, then you should be open to criticism of said child.
You need to be open to criticism.
You have no choice. You're posting it out there for people to see, and we're not obligated to be nice just because you posted it. And then the last one, Facebook don't do list. Facebook habits of highly annoying people. Posting cryptic status updates that would appear as if you left off a really crucial second sentence. Just got the best news ever. So excited. And then not telling what it is.
No, I hate that.
I don't care.
Those are the attention seekers.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are like, I don't feel like I have any friends today, so I want to get like 20 comments on my status update.
I need to feel validated for my life.
We're going to take a short break. Hear more music from Murder the Stout. When we come back, I don't know what we're going to talk about. You're listening to Project X.
From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening
to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
The abuse that's gonna rain, but only until tomorrow, when we'll do it bloody all over again. So come on, you manly workers, get your head up off the table. Surely you're able, bend your legs, you know you
lifestyle? Then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web. LifestyleLimousineService.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. By logging on to lovecocaine.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Coming at you from the rock and roll capital, it's an exciting and fast-paced global forum with the man who knows how to help get your band even better. Yeah! Doc Rock tackles industry issues with informed guests and invites your questions, concerns, and tales of band life. There's never a dull moment in Doc's world of showbiz. He cares about artist issues and escalating your talents. So make an appointment with Doc Rock on Band-Aid. Thank you! Tuesday night, starting at 9:05. Only on MorningshowCentral.com.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectiphy backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectiphy backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectiphy can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectiphy.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningshowCentral.com.
Even if you don't think we're funny, we still do. Project X.
Crazy Lady in the chat room has been here since the beginning of the show, right?
Yes.
And wants to know what the top 13 is, but
Yeah, well, look at my answer.
I was going to say, apparently she's more worried about giving cryptic clues to her identity as opposed to listening to the show because I said that there was no top 13 tonight. But that's okay. Johnny 5.
Yo.
What's your Idiot of the Week nominee?
Well, let me figure out how to get back to it since...
oh, yeah, that's Barney Morris and his new baby.
Yeah, who looks like she realized exactly who her father was and is screaming her lungs out right now. I don't think we're going to show this, Chris. Oh, did you?
I figured he had already had it flipped over.
All right, awesome.
That's why it was up on the screen.
And...
What?
I don't know. Somebody's buzzing.
Not me.
Oh, there it is. Lois Capps is a Democratic representative in the House from California.
Okay.
District, I believe, 27, which includes San Luis Obispo. And she has a very, very strong stance against state-sponsored persecution of religious minorities. In particular, in Iran, there's a Christian pastor who's being held captive and threatened to be executed under Iranian law. And she's speaking out against it, as a lot of people are, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, in a bill that she helped sponsor to condemn said persecution, she hit the wrong button during the vote and voted no.
On her own bill?
On her own bill.
Whoops.
She was the lone no vote, 417-1, to which she immediately jumped up and took the floor after realizing what she did and made her stance very, very clear.
I don't remember. I don't remember if those things are silent or not.
I think they're little buttons.
No, I know, but does it say the name and how the representative? I don't remember. If it shows
Well,
it
yeah,
or
because
not.
you're supposed to be able to look that up.
Yeah,
so,
it's a matter of public record.
Yeah, when they say in the campaign ad, "Oh, I voted for this," you can actually look up and see whether or not they voted for that.
And I guarantee you, in 2014, she's screwed.
I was going to say, were they able to change it?
I don't know.
Or was it a matter of official record now?
I think it's a matter of...
Whoops, too bad, dude.
Yeah, it's on record as 417-1. She voted against the bill that she helped write by accident, but to save face, she did jump up and immediately try to correct the situation verbally on the floor of the House.
Too bad it's not going to work.
You sound like you had something to say.
You know what? That reminds me of something I read a couple days ago, and I wish I remember where I read it. But apparently, there are female lawmakers. I don't know if this is like a state thing or a local thing. I read the article real quick that they're coming out against all these anti-abortion and abortion law bills that are being passed.
Sure.
And basically saying that they're coming out with bills now that say, like if a man wants a vasectomy, then he has to somehow prove that something would be wrong with his children if he were to have children. And if
they're my children, so
right.
Yeah, if a man wants Viagra, he needs to have a sworn affidavit from his partner and his doctor saying that he is basically he has a medical condition. He needs the Viagra. It's basically come out against all those people who say that, they're against abortion and they're against birth control and all that kind of stuff. So now these female lawmakers are kind of, quote, giving it back to the guys, so to say.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest thing I've heard all day.
Yep.
And I've heard some pretty
It just reminded me that when I heard about that lawmaker, I thought that's where you were going to go. I thought you were going to talk about that. And
No, I have my own stances on healthcare and such.
It is an interest. I thought it was an interesting.
Well, because all right,
go for it.
I'm gonna throw it out there and just let it go. There is a part of the Obamacare thing is they want to require hospitals to and some doctors like free clinics and stuff like that to provide birth control, abortions, so on and so forth.
Right.
Required. You have to do it.
Right.
Unfortunately, there is a large cluster of hospitals run by the Catholic Church as pure, donation,
right?
Style, and it speaks completely and totally against their morals, principles, doctrines, so on and so forth. And they're trying to protest it, but if it's signed into law, they'll be fined for not having it, and that's actually a violation of their freedom of religion in this country. So the only reason I bring that up is because of this. Actually, is religious persecution,
right?
In a way, in its own way.
Yeah.
She voted against. She voted for Obamacare, and that's how people are going to see it.
Oh, sure.
And it can be spun that way.
Oh,
she
yeah.
voted to make the Catholics abandon everything that they did,
right,
and everything that they stand for the sake of somebody's 13-year-old slut getting an abortion.
Sure, and that's what I was going to say. If it's not seen that way, there's going to be people that are made sure people do see it that way.
Well, that's what I was
yeah.
saying. They're
Rush
gonna
Limbaugh.
spin that in the craziest way.
Bill O'Reilly.
Can I say something
No
real
spin
quick?
zone unless I'm the one doing it.
Since apparently this whole abortion and free clinic talk and stuff has come up, and I might catch some flack for this.
You probably will.
I've been to abortion clinics. Okay, it's been well documented
on this show.
Has it been?
Yeah,
we've talked about it before.
That I forced my ex into an abortion when we were like 19 years old. Okay. My wife gets her birth control from Planned Parenthood. Okay, I've been around places like this, and you have the protesters. Okay, the one in Shaker was the worst. They had the worst of the worst protesters. However, on the same day that I saw the worst protesters ever at that joint that I ever saw at any of these places, there was a guy trying to sell me stuffed animals when I went downstairs to smoke. That was kind of cool. Can we just try out for a bit? Just try it for a bit. What all the right-wing conservatives, what they all want to do, outlaw the abortion. All right, make the pill a bad thing. Make that not happen. Because once their laws get passed that they're fighting for so fervently, then they won't protest anymore. But then I wouldn't have to go there to deal with them protesting. Anyway.
You know what, though? They wouldn't protest anymore, but then a whole bunch of other people would.
See,
and you'd be
I don't
dealing
know,
with
dude.
a whole different crowd of dirty hippies that you don't want to deal with. At least those protesters smell like they've taken a bath in the last 6 months.
Yeah, that's true.
But what's the lesser of two evils? Because if I've learned anything from the Occupy movement that took place here in Cleveland, was that besides them being dirty and smelly, they don't really yell so much. They sit around and smoke weed and maybe strum a guitar or play a bongo. Whereas the little old ladies, the little old church ladies outside of Planned Parenthood places are screaming in your face when you have to walk by them.
Yeah,
And
that would bother me more.
And throwing things at you.
Yeah, like fetuses.
They throw things at you.
Well, the bigger problem is going to be should a law pass? I'm gonna say abortion is outlawed again. Okay. How many deaths are going to be laid directly at the feet of that decision? Because if somebody doesn't want a baby, they're not going to have it. If they don't want to give a baby up for adoption, they're not going to.
Sure.
If they don't want to carry it. So instead, you're going to have like you did before.
Ever seen Dirty Dancing? Look what happened to that chick.
She had to she had to talk with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
And that's punishment enough for anybody. And if we go back, those people will be talking with Patrick Swayze too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Way to flip it.
But it's one of those. Thank you. It goes back to she's gonna go drink half a bottle of bleach,
right?
Or purposely throw herself down a flight of stairs or whatever. You're gonna end
Or
up
go
with
to a doctor that uses a coat hanger.
Sure.
Yeah. So you're gonna end up with a lot more problems than this. At least it's in a controlled environment. I was raised Catholic. I am a Catholic, but where I differ from the large majority of the people of my faith is I have no problem. I don't care.
Right.
If that's what for myself, no, it's not an option. And for my wife, it's not an option. We know that about each other, and we knew that before we even really got into a relationship.
Right.
But I don't care one way or the other, and I guess you can say conservative.
Sure.
In my views, as you are too,
right?
But it's one of those. I just don't care. It's not a religious thing.
I mean,
for me, it's not a religious thing. If you can live with it, do it.
Sure. And I think we all pretty much know where we stand on this issue. We're at least, if not completely pro-choice, more I don't care. So yeah, do what you want. Pro-choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I'm just let's just try it. Just try it for a bit.
I don't want to.
I want to see what these people are going to go protest then. They don't have that anymore.
I don't want to just because I just don't want to see all the kids that won't be taken care of because all these girls are going to
You don't even like kids, so what do you care about?
That's why, yeah. But
she enjoys them for dinner, though. Right off the rails.
I lost it, dude. I had something about the abortion stuff too, and I totally lost it. Girl, you sent over these stories. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Hold that. The whole abortion thing, okay? The people that are pro-choice, and the women that are pro-choice, and that are okay with the abortion and these things. It's my body.
Right.
Let me do what I want. You shouldn't have the right to control that.
Right.
Okay? I'm totally all about that. There's groups that help women and speak out for that and things like that. I'm all for it. Okay. Now, that doesn't directly affect me. What does directly affect me is Facebook. It's my page. It's my profile.
True.
Why are you making me change the timeline?
You have a right. You have a right to how you want it to be, right?
Right.
Because Zuckerberg is the only right-wing Jew out there.
I think if anybody should be protesting about anything, we should be protesting Facebook and making decisions about my profile page for me.
I've already said, dude, I said it before the show.
That's not their right.
I'm thinking about just dropping off altogether.
Ugh, some days I wish I could.
I've said it before and I've threatened it before, and I'll probably catch slack for this one for sure. I don't think I can do it. I honestly do not think
I'll go
I
with
can
you on
do
that. I don't think I could do it either.
I could.
Like, I don't want to say...
You could.
But you're also...
You could.
Yeah, because you're talking to a guy that, for how long, couldn't even text on his phone because there was no need to.
Sure.
You want to talk to me, call me.
Right.
And if you are a real friend of mine, you'll have my number, you'll have a way to get in contact with me, or you'll see me on Tuesdays, because let's be honest, I really don't socialize with anybody outside of this room.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So... Okay, so I have 3 friends here and her.
Oh, come on.
But wow, someone's here. So I could absolutely drop off and do it. I dropped off in MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well.
No, that was before it was cool. Yeah, I left MySpace when Facebook was still kind of on the upswing.
Right.
I just dropped out completely. As a matter of fact, Spanish was here working when I started a Facebook profile.
In this studio, you mean? Or just up for this station? Okay.
It was, we just started in Lakewood. And Spanish had just come in when I finally started a Facebook profile. I have no problem dropping off. I hate technology.
I don't know if it's so much
Says
for...
the internet radio guy.
Right. I don't know if it's so much I couldn't do it because I wouldn't be able to see what person from high school is marrying another person from high school.
That is ugly.
Oh, right. Or, like, to see who got fat, who was, like, really awesome in high school, and now they're just a fat waste of space. Like,
who's having an ugly baby?
How many friends do you have? 13-ish? 1,300-ish?
12, 13 maybe.
How many do you have?
Oh, no, I'm not even. I haven't even cracked 1,000.
Okay. Have you cracked 100?
I think I'm at 7-something. I'll check right now.
You're at 7-something. I am not even at 90. Because all the people on my profile, I actually know.
Well, see,
I'm at 407.
Okay, I've got less than a quarter of what she has because I actually know these people. And God's honest, and if any of them are listening, I apologize. But there's only 2 or 3 on there I actually give a damn about. The rest of them, it was I got a request, or I sent a message to somebody because I saw them and I was like, oh wow, I haven't talked to you in a while. Not meaning to be your friend, I just sent you a message.
Right.
I mean, like, hey, how are things on Guam?
Sure.
I'm the same way with my personal profile. I only have like maybe about 100 people on it.
Now, granted, in my defense, it sounds like I'm it's not like a status symbol. Okay, like when people had the Facebooks and they used to the MySpaces, and they used to have the MySpace trains or whatever the hell they were, and it was like a bulletin, and then it has like, I don't know, 1,000 people that you go like in this bulletin, and then if you repost the bulletin, like 1,000 other people go like it. Sure,
it's getting there fast, dude.
It's not like I legitimately, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, legitimately, personally know at least 90% of those people, the 12 to 13, either know or have met or can use or have used in the past for networking. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't go out and add people or friend people or whatever the hell it's called. I don't do that unless I know you. I don't do that unless I'm going to or want to work with you. And even then, I send a message or something first. I'm not just out there willy-nilly hitting, friend. I don't want to do that.
Like, for example, with myself, we recently got a new station, or a station flipped in our cluster, and they hired a whole bunch of people. I messaged all those new people, was like, hey, you know, welcome to the family,
Sure.
you know, and sent them a friend request because I didn't just want to be some creep, some weirdo girl that just friended them.
When
Which
she
you
says
are.
it like that, though.
Welcome to the
Welcome
family.
to the family.
Welcome to the family.
You know, when she says it like that, it doesn't sound so cool.
Yeah. Pick up your axe at the back door.
And like I was starting to say, I don't think that I wouldn't be able to get rid of my Facebook because of the social thing. Like I said, who got fat, who's doing who's marrying who, because I need to talk to people on Facebook every day. It honestly, and like, let me start off by saying I'm not obsessed with Facebook.
Yes, you
per se. No, shut up.
No, okay, with
Like,
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, not with
Yeah.
Facebook. However, it kind of rules my life. And I'll tell you why.
You're not obsessed. You're addicted.
No,
There's a difference.
I'm not even addicted, and I'll tell you why it rules my life. Because it's like my smartphone. Okay, I
Which you can access Facebook through.
right. I just had. Well, here I'm going to tell you how. I just had. We had an older Android phone. Okay. And we just got the new Droid 4s like last week. Okay. Now, when I thought the first droids that we got were awesome, this one is like times a million. Like, it blows the old one out of the water. It's ridiculous. And this is why this phone is so great. Because I can do my emails on this phone. I can do my Facebook on this phone. If I want to watch a YouTube video, I can do YouTube on this phone. I can PDF files and Office documents and things like that. My resume, things like this that I need to do. I can do that on this phone. If I want to listen to a demo, I could do that. It's my one stop. If I want to watch Netflix on this phone, if I want to rent from Blockbuster, I can do. And it's my one stop shop for everything in this one little handheld device. Facebook has become that. If you look at any media outlet, whether it's a newspaper, website, or the video streaming websites or anything like that, what does every single one have on them?
Like us on Facebook.
Like us on Facebook. Share this on Facebook. Whatever this on Facebook. So when I go to my news feed, literally 90% of that time, I'm not even looking at, oh my God, I got so drunk last night and threw up on my cat. I'm looking at the things like Fox 8 News posted a story about this. Huffington Post, Live Science posted a story about this. Oh, this YouTube video, this. Like, I'm looking at all the media things. And that's why I think, because it's so much easier for me to just go to Facebook and look at my news feed and get all that stuff right in front of my face from all these different outlets, as opposed to going to 18 different sites throughout the day.
It's true,
It's
yeah.
my one-stop shop for that stuff. And that's why I think I couldn't live without it.
All right. Could you live deleting everybody but your media outlets? If you just unfriended everybody except the media outlets,
Yeah.
you'd feel like a tool.
I don't think I would.
I think you would, dude.
I don't
think
feel
you
so
give
bad
yourself.
about it.
I think that I don't think you give yourself enough credit. I think you would actually feel bad about some of them. Now, guys like Harris, right?
Right.
That's the only way I have to keep in contact with him, because God knows when he's going to be working or when he's going to be doing whatever.
Right.
So that's one of the few ways to really keep in contact. But I have your number. I have Pat's number. I have her number. I've only used it once, and that was to ask her to bring a colander in
That
here.
was when I butt
Oh,
dialed.
is that you?
Yeah, I have Rooster's number. I don't have Chris's number, but I never really talked to him anyhow.
Right.
Probably should, though, because the whole intro thing. I can honestly say, though, I could drop off completely. Maybe I don't have any media outlets. I have two authors that I keep tabs on, and James Rowland's Christopher Moore.
Sure.
All right, and I keep tabs on when their new books are coming out, so on and so forth. April 3rd, by the way, for the new Chris Moore book. Looks awesome. So those two, yeah. See, my sisters-in-law, don't need those. Don't need half the people I went to high school with. Don't need any of the people I went to high school with, to be honest with you.
If I just went and like dropped people without any explanation, I wouldn't feel bad. But I know I'd be getting a phone call in 5 minutes being like, what'd I do?
Yeah, I honestly, I've
How
been
would you
considering
know?
just posting.
How
and-
would they know? I don't know when people unfriend me.
If there's people that pay attention to that stuff, dude, I guarantee you there's people that know that they signed on Tuesday and had 983 friends, and Wednesday when they signed on only had 982.
Yeah,
and
see,
then it's
I
going
don't
to
know
bother those people. You're like, oh my God, I got to look. And in case of point, like I said, to help prove my point, the Twitter. I have a Twitter. I have a personal Twitter that I never, ever use. Once every maybe 4 months, I'll type in tweet and post it from my phone just because I can. Like, I'll see Twitter
always
show up on
on
my phone.
Twitter.
I don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
I have no, like, people that are following me. There's people that like found me that I'm friends with, but I don't find people. I think maybe you follow me and maybe Spanish, and those might be the only people I know. The rest are like bots or random things. I don't know how to use it. I don't try to tell people what I'm doing every day. I don't care.
I have seriously considered just going on to any social networking site that has my name and dropping all my profiles and posting. They're like, dude, you've got 24 hours to get me your contact information, and then I'm out of your life, period.
Right.
And if I call you, great. If I don't, oh well.
Well, South Park did a whole episode on that Facebook thing.
Because you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll do it tomorrow. I will post it and give them 1 week.
Right.
Right. So by Wednesday of next week, we'll see how many people actually want to stay in contact with you. Just post it and see how many of those people actually try to send you contact information.
Right.
Even your media outlets, they don't care.
Well,
No.
yeah.
You know,
Well, yeah,
they
of
could
course.
care less. They got 400 billion people, our friends, half of which don't even live here.
Sure.
You know, but it's the friend addicts that make it horrible.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. In theory, it's a fine website. In theory,
Right.
communism in theory is a fine principle.
On paper, it's great.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. So yeah, I'll take the challenge, and in a week, we'll see how many people actually give me any kind of, and this includes you guys, how many people actually send me contact information for them. And
Why
I
am I
will
going
let
to
you
send
know.
you? You have my contact information. Why do I got to send you my contact
I'm not
information?
going to do it.
Cool. See, so there's two right there that aren't going to do it.
Well, you already
That's
have
my
mine.
point. But that's the whole point. In 2 weeks' time, I'll let you know if I actually miss it at all. Because I can almost guarantee you I'm not going.
I'm telling you, dude, if I deleted all of the people, and that's me, I wouldn't miss them.
Now,
Well,
that being said, don't hold me to that because I don't have a cell phone right now. So really, the only way for me to get in contact with
Which is
anybody
true.
here is through the Facebook.
I have a new Facebook message. It's Johnny 5.
Ah, see, there we go.
We're going to take a short break. We come back. I don't know what we're going to talk about, actually. Maybe this widow tries swimsuit pose on dating website and gets 900 responses in 2 days.
Does anybody want Chris's number?
216-326.
There, don't worry about it.
He shut off your mic and not mine. That's the funny part. I could have totally went. We did a show where I was giving out the phone number for the station. I wasn't paying attention, and I started giving. This is when we were doing it at his house. I started giving out his home phone number, and I got like 3 numbers in. And instead of turning off my mic or anything, all you hear in the background is him screaming to try to drown out me talking. We're gonna take a short break. When we come back, we might talk about half-naked women, old women, or Tide being stolen, or Kandahar. Or Big Bang Theory. Listen to Project X.
No Kandahar.
Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com.
Oh my! What's that?
We're coming, Little Rock. Are you ready?
Hide the wife and lock the doors. Cocaine Energy is coming.
Redux Beverages has officially announced the launch of Cocaine Energy in Little Rock, Arkansas. Look for it at your local retailer. And if they don't carry it, tell them they need to stock it. Also available online at drinkcocaine.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe, the printer guy.
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Hey, Unsigned Bands.
You are jam-packed.
Hey, Unsigned Bands. Want your music heard? Yeah! Shoot us an email with the name of the band and the MP3 of the song. Send it to show@morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. By logging on to lovecocaine.com.
Project X Show.
Driven by porn. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Right here on Morning Show Central Radio Network. Project X Show. Live on morningshowcentral.com. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC. And you know what
what saved them? Rectiphy backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectiphy backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectiphy can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com.
Hey, it's Big Daddy from The Marty Allen Show. Catch the replay of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on MSC. Now, my show airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. and Saturdays at 2 at MartyAllenShow.com. But you can catch the best of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Morning Show Central. So if you want all the latest sports news, entertainment news, and everything else that's going on in the world, then tune into my show live at MartyAllenShow.com and the best of the replays right here at MorningShowCentral.com. Get MSC and get cooking, baby.
Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com.
Oh, great. Not another Farmville request.
Check us out on Facebook at Facebook.com/MorningShowCentral.
Denying one Farmville request at a time.
We now return to the show that's better than 2 hours with a hooker. Well, better priced at least. Projekt X.
If you're not already there, get to the website, ProjectXShow.com. Project spelled with a K.
Not with a C.
Backwards if you can.
That was my mess up.
Yeah.
Because we're hip like that. Also, if you want to call the show, 888-668-0742. Toll-free worldwide.
I want to go on record and say we're thinking about talking about a British woman in a bathing suit.
Right.
And we come back to easily one of my favorite rejoins of 3 British women playing really good music.
I did that on purpose.
They're not actually women, just not to confuse anybody. Muse is not actually women.
Oh, I got it.
They just look that way.
I don't think she got it. Someone in the chat room, when we were talking last time, asked what we thought about the Projekt X movie.
Oh, yes.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen a dime from it.
Yeah, right?
I do like all the accidental hits that we're getting on YouTube and Facebook because of it.
And that's the thing. We never use it to its full potential because we're lazy. But I wanted to go to the premiere and not go see the movie, but like hand out our business cards.
Yeah. Projekt X, here we are.
I wanted to like make a video or something and tag it with the correct spelling, which is the wrong spelling for us, and see how many hits we got off of it. Like we could have used it to our advantage completely, and we still might be able to.
The guy I work with, by the way, was so proud of us.
Yeah.
I was going to say, based on just the few clips that I have seen in previews, most of that stuff has happened to some of us. So it's not really a far stretch.
I mean, I'll probably see it, but I'm not going to pay to see it.
I don't get me wrong, I've never had a midget jump out from underneath a sink, but I would like to.
Right.
It's on my bucket list, the whole Yoda costume thing.
I've gotten drunk with a midget at a bar.
Can't say that.
That's probably as close as I've gotten. No, we haven't seen any money from it. Which, they got around that by spelling it the correct way. It's apparently being billed as Animal House for the cyber generation.
It's Animal House, the Blair Witch style.
But aren't they in high school?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the super
illegal
bad
Animal
House
Apples and oranges.
documentary, cheaply done thing. Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know. If you've seen it, someone.
If Christopher Guest was ever a teenager, this is the movie he would have made.
If you've seen it, let us know what you think. I'm still not going to pay for it. I still think we should find a way to get some hits off of it.
I'll red box it for $1.20 when it comes out.
Oh, sure.
Like
Yeah,
next week.
I would do that.
Been tagging it on the YouTube every time I put the show up.
Yeah, spell it the
Yeah.
wrong way. What's your idiot nominee?
My idiot is out of Denver. A Denver police officer. Sorry.
You want to start over?
Yeah.
Is Spanish making a special guest appearance tonight? This is awesome.
Did you get this from the Onion?
Denver, Michael Nuance Jr., 37. He said that his girlfriend hurled a Barbie-sized Justin Bieber doll at him, injuring his
So a Barbie
foot.
doll?
His foot. He also accused the girlfriend of kicking him, biting his finger, choking his neck. His girlfriend accuses...
I'm glad he clarified that it was his neck.
Yeah. His girlfriend accuses him of pulling her hair out, punching her in the ribs. She also said he tried to kick the bathroom door in. I guess she videotaped him with her cell phone, like pulling her off the bed and getting all physical with her. The reason why this guy's an idiot is because two reasons. One, he actually told cops that his girlfriend beat him with a Barbie-sized Justin Bieber doll.
Which is really just a Ken doll holding a microphone.
Yeah, well, and secondly, he
Being
doesn't
thorough.
realize that his girlfriend's a lesbian because everyone knows lesbians are obsessed with Justin Bieber. So if his girlfriend has a Justin Bieber doll, he should really, really get on that.
So she's got 2 joke idiot nominees.
Yeah.
Disqualified.
I don't know what to make of this. All right, so
And he's a police officer.
oh,
See, now if you would have
wow.
led with that,
So how do you not lead with that?
you lead with that. Disqualified.
But there's only 2 to vote from, so we
No,
can't.
that's fine. No, we can. We can.
Let's see, Great Britain or maybe Scotland. Yep, Scotland.
Scotland,
Scotland.
Glasgow.
There's a woman who is a widow. Sadly, her husband died 3 years ago. Okay. He was just 63 years old when he died.
And she was 54 at that time.
Right.
so.
She's 57 now. So she
Well
was
done
she was
him.
still young. Oh yeah. She was still young-ish and right at the tail end of her prime sexually for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently she had tried her hand at dating websites. The Lonely Hearts websites is I guess what they call them in Scotland.
Cyber dating.
Sure.
Facebook for sad people.
For 3 years, so she's going on these cyber dates with these people from these whatever, and she only has a handful of dates in 3 years. Maybe people didn't like her personality profile, they didn't like her picture, like if she looked like girl, you know. She only got a handful of dates. However,
she's not an unattractive woman.
Well, it's a black and white small grainy photo. She has boobs.
Oh, I saw a color. Wait, black and white? Is it black?
Well, it's printed out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is what we do.
Well, did you look at the webs? Like, were you looking at the computer before you printed it?
No, I just print.
It's a red bathing suit. She
I said
looks-
she's not unattractive.
Red
She's
bathing
not
suit isn't
attractive. I mean, she's not cougarish, but she's not unattractive.
She's
either.
doable for 57. We'll
There you
say
go.
that. All right, so only a handful of dates in 3 years trying these online dating websites. Okay, but apparently that all changed when she posted a picture of herself in a 35 euro.
I'm working on it.
Thank you.
And
Lycra
that's pounds, by the way, not euros.
one-piece bathing suit. Is it? Well, I thought the little E was a euro.
That's an L, bro.
Looks like an E to me. That's weird. Why is there a line through an L?
That is the sign for. Yeah, that's the sign for the pound. It looks like a cursive L with a line through it.
They're stupid.
The euro looks like a C with a line jutting out from it.
I don't know. It's across the pond. I don't care about this. She said, it's overwhelming. I couldn't believe it. I'm a respectable woman, but that picture has made men go wild. I have received all sorts of messages. It's wonderful.
$55.
$55 one-piece bathing suit.
$54.91 exactly.
Let's round up.
Yeah.
After over a year of grieving, she plucked up the courage to start dating again. She had limited success until she pulled on the Marks & Spencer shapewear swimsuit, usually modeled by Lisa Snowden. Don't know who that is.
I'm working on it.
And posted a picture on dating website. Ready? I should have read this before. This is awesome. On the dating website, www.seniorfishdating.co.uk.
I can't wait till I have to join that dating website.
She checked back to online on Monday after she posted this on Sunday, I'm guessing. Her inbox was full to bursting. She said, when the person you have been married to for 30 years suddenly isn't there anymore, getting the courage to get back out there is hard. Oh, okay. Well, Yeah, I would date her.
Lisa Snowden.
Courage to get back out there is hard. I know so many widows out there who are at a loss. It's really difficult. Apparently, this chick has written 2 unpublished romantic novels. She said she lost her confidence following her husband's death. She used her internet experience talking to other widows and widowers as inspiration for her second novel, There Is No Such Thing as a Problem. She says, after the grieving process, I tried internet dating, but I quickly retreated back into myself. The response I have had has given me confidence. The difference between before the photo and after is like night and day. I've written 2 books, but never had them published. I now have the confidence to send both of them out to publishers. So she shows her boobs on this website, and men pay attention to her. So now she has confidence.
Just another woman who
send these
needs
crappy
to feel
books to publishers.
validation from a man.
It's the shameless plug at the end so that they didn't have to pay for ad space in the paper.
Right.
That I like.
She goes, everything has changed all because of a swimsuit. And M&S, which is the Marks & Spencer who makes the swimsuit, spokeswoman said, our shapewear swimsuit is really popular with our customers as it's specifically designed to smooth and flatter your curves, providing the perfect beach body in seconds.
Has nothing to do with the story.
Nope.
But there you go.
Yep.
Not like, I'm so glad our swimsuit was able to give this woman confidence to go out and date again.
And publish books.
Right, and publish books, apparently.
So God bless the Daily Record from Britain.
This is our swimsuit. This is what it does. And this is why it's good. 900 responses.
Here's a feel-good story so we can get a free ad in the paper.
Right. So now we've talked about, we sent you on the dating game.
Yes.
A few weeks back, and that didn't pan out. So we're talking about trying to do it again with you to try to help you find love.
Oh,
well,
we're not doing this again.
Because I can imagine that your inbox on Facebook isn't full to bursting with messages from potential suitors.
None of her boxes are full to bursting. You're welcome.
Gross.
I don't have an
You are
online
welcome, sir.
dating site.
Well, you use Facebook as an online dating site. Like, you stalk your ex's girlfriend and things like that. So it's kind of like that. But if you go to your Facebook and you post a picture in the Marks & Spencer shapewear swimsuit. Okay. Actually, go to this website, girl. seniorfishdating.co.uk. We'll bring it up, too. Chris, flip over if you can so we can see what this thing looks like. Would this be a thing you'd be interested in signing up to?
Okay, can we get that one more time? Hold on.
Seniorfishdating.
Server not found.
.co, not .com.
Oh, did I put M?
.co.uk.
Senior Fish Dating.
Yep.
.co.uk.
Oh! Awesome. Now their tagline is "No fishing experience required."
This woman is 47. That's not a senior. 48. That's not. I don't even think 53 is a senior.
We're talking UK.
That's 76-year-old dude though. Hey.
Yeah, UK life expectancy is only like
Wilfred?
60.
Yeah, Wilfred from South Glamorgan. I don't do a very good accent.
You can join for free and find love, girl. Mm-hmm. Now here's the
I'm too young.
Feature. Scroll over to the right a little so we can see the full features.
Winks, a good icebreaker if you find a travel partner you like and want them to know. Search, advanced searching criteria. There's the auto match. Let our clever Cupid software do the matching for you.
Oh my God, do it! Sign up and do an auto match.
Let our horoscope find your astrological matching of compatible members.
Dating
match.
No dating match.
Let our latest dating software match you to your perfect partner. Lots more.
Loads.
Join now for free.
Do it. Join.
We have literally tens of thousands of single men and women all over the UK looking for a date.
Gay fish dating.
Do
right
it
on the bottom. You're perfect.
Now that I might do.
Can you seriously sign up and do the
elite dating?
The auto Cupid?
No, I'm not doing any of this.
Will you? If it's a paid site and we foot the bill, will you try a dating website for a month?
I'm not doing online dating websites.
That's how Chris got married?
No.
For a month.
No.
He met on AOL Instant Messenger.
No.
Yeah, that's how
Dial-up.
No.
That was dial-up.
No.
Please.
No.
We'll make sure it's like one of the good ones like on TV, like eHarmony or Match.com.
No.
You know what's funny? She keeps saying no, but we have all her vital information if we want it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
We're all friends on Facebook, dude.
Whatever
I can
we
find your
need.
birthday. I know roughly how much you weigh, how tall you are.
Right now.
your likes and
we
interests.
We have pictures all over of our website, our Facebook pages of you.
Oh, I'm starting tonight. You have no choice in the matter. Okay.
I'm not going on any of them.
Any of the dates?
Yeah.
Why? What if we find a good one?
You won't find a good one.
Yeah, you screen it. Why not? How do you know?
I know. I'm not doing online
Don't you see the
dating.
commercials? They have the happy couples that have been
dating.
together for years.
Don't do online dating.
You don't do any kind of dating, apparently, so why not try it?
Okay, Craigslist.
If you don't do real dating, this has been proven. You don't do online dating. How are you going to ever find a partner? What kind of dating do you do?
I'm not doing online dating.
Do classified ads in the newspaper?
What about beautifulpeople.com?
Backside of the Scene magazine? We could still hook her up to a. Was that the correct site?
I think that's what it was. Hold on.
We could definitely hook her up on one of those. That's not dating. That's just beautiful people telling you if you're beautiful.
I am not doing that. I'm not going to have someone else I don't know validate me.
What about ratemylooks.com? I know there's a website that does that.
Cougarlife.com?
Okay, so eHarmony and Match.com are probably pretty pricey. If anybody knows a cheap to free online dating site,
beautifulpeople.com.
Let us know. Shows at morningshowcentral.com. And we're going to get girl on it. Whether she likes it or not. We're going to see how many hits she gets back and what kind of guys. Well, we could put her on the Sugar Baby website, too.
That one she'd hook up with.
Yeah, would you do a Sugar Daddy website one?
No.
$8,000 a month?
No.
Somebody?
New car?
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
You'd whore yourself out.
No, I wouldn't.
You do this for free.
When you found out your ex had hundreds of dollars in his bank account that you didn't even have access to, now you have thousands of dollars of access, and you're going to say no?
Tens of thousands.
By the way, that comment totally came out wrong.
Which one?
When I was talking about the bank account.
No, that was right.
And the
because
money
you
in the
didn't
bank
even
account.
have to. You didn't even have to think about
That
it.
came out wrong.
No, it was a gut reaction without missing a beat.
I think I should have thought about what I was saying before I said it.
You should do that a lot.
When you don't have to think about it, that's the real response. Oh, we have Cupid.com and plentyoffish.com. We're gonna look into those. I'm gonna start this project tonight. When we come back, we're gonna talk about some St. Patty's Day atrocities. Vote for Idiot of the Week. Doc Rock tonight. And then we're going to leave to make way for a best of the Band-Aid with Doc Rock. You're listening to Project X.
Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web. LifestyleLimousineService.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. The adrenaline rush.
All you need to do is feel it.
The thrill of victory.
Winning is the only option. The only option. The only option.
And all the locker room chatter.
No. Wrong. Game over.
Get high on sports. Every Monday night at 9 p.m. Want to know everything going on with the Browns, the Cavs, the Indians, even the Monsters? These guys know it.
You have the most amazing effect on people.
You know why? They're high on sports. Monday night at 9 p.m.
Then I am in.
On morningshowcentral.com.
Tell me, Ma, when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and stole my comb, but that's alright till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the love from Glasgow City. She's the cotton, what's the plea? Please can you tell me who is she? Mickey Rooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for. Knock at the door and ring the bell. Oh, my true love, are you well? When she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Oh, Dick Murphy says she'll die, doesn't get a bell with her overnight. Me, Ma, when I
great consumer demand.
Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous cocaine energy supplement.
It's now available at retail locations across the country,
as well as online at reduxdirect.com.
That's reduxdirect.com.
Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network,
where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world.
Cocaine Energy Supplement.
You can become a member.
By logging on to lovecocaine.com.
What is it? It was hot. It's everything in between. With your host, Von Erich. Everything in between. Nothing gets me more excited. Monday nights, right here on MorningShowCentral.com.
P99 Technologies.
Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating.
Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers.
That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999,
P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider.
Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee.
No questions asked.
For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence.
With honest and expert customer service.
P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy.
All right. I'm in the process of signing girl up to Cupid.com.
This is not fun.
Only thing left that I have to add is a photo.
We got plenty of them, man.
And her personality.
Horrible.
Oh, and her description.
The best.
Her description.
My personality should be the best.
There is I am, describe yourself, what you like, what you do like, or what do you like, anything goes, but be honest. And then looking for what type of experience or person she's hoping to find. Then her personality, loving, confident, successful, blah, blah, blah. So I'll work on those. Luckily, there's a mobile version. So a picture, description, and personality, and we're set. So if you're looking for a date, and you want to date via an online dating site, there's a girl on Cupid.com, screen name Veggie Oil.
Oh, my God.
Look her up.
Oh, somebody help me.
Let's recap our idiot nominees. I'm gonna have to.
You, man.
I'm gonna have to save a picture. I was just thinking I'm gonna have to save a picture of her on my phone, so I can upload it to this site. So there's gonna be a picture of her on my phone for at least 5 seconds. Plant City, Florida. My idiot nominee is 29-year-old Jorge Hernandez Sargento, who allegedly had been involved in a hit-and-run accident when he ran into the rear right corner of another vehicle. Instead of stopping and pulling over like he was supposed to, he fled. Police chased him. While he was fleeing, he ran into a curb, hit a tree, flipped, and died. 25.
Mine is California Representative Lois Capps, who helped write a state-sponsored persecution of religious minorities bill, a bill condemning it,
right?
I should say, and then was the only person to vote against it.
Girl.
She says by accident.
Mine is a Denver cop who says that his girlfriend beat him with a Justin Bieber doll.
No, she says cop this time.
Vote for your favorite idiot now. If we stop early, you can cut us, Chris. Now, what are these? This is TrueTV.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a blog about dumb things.
Yes.
Okay, this is called Dumb as a Blog.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dumbest things about St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you read these ones off since you're right there.
All right. It's suddenly everyone's Irish. Everyone's Irish on St. Patrick's Day. That's what they say, isn't it? Or if they don't say it, everyone acts like it. To those people, here's a tip. When it's not St. Patrick's Day, actual Irish people don't walk around in green fright wigs vomiting on children.
That's annoying.
Yes, it is.
Especially in the kiss me, I'm Irish. And I'm like, even if you weren't, or even if you were for real, I wouldn't want to kiss you.
And I made the point earlier that not everyone is Irish on St. Paddy's Day. Because not everybody's black on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Right.
Not everybody's Jewish through Hanukkah. You know, it's one of those. Let me be Irish and have my day too.
Sure.
I'm allowed.
I mean, I'm not full blown Mick like Johnny Five or Pat Flanagan.
Right.
Which is not an Irish name whatsoever. But there is some Irish in me. And even I get mad at some of these things. Like everybody thinking that they're Irish. This one I think is awesome. I don't know how this is dumb. I think this is awesome.
Well,
okay, the
it's
river's
because
awesome if they're talking about other
it gets
things.
lumped in.
Okay.
Everything turns green. It says wearing green clothes or decorating something with green lights is fine. It's St. Patrick's Day. But drinking green beer, dyeing your river green, and painting your face like an idiot, I'm pretty sure it was Kermit the Frog who said, take it easy being green. Which I agree with. I'm all for the Chicago River.
Yep.
I think it's awesome. Talked about this. The only beers that you can dye green aren't Irish.
Right.
If you want to dye an Irish beer green, you're going to have a hell of a time doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe Harp.
Sure. Let's drink a beer that was conceived and brewed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Put some green food coloring in it, and it's like drinking a real Irish beer.
And by the way, hundreds upon hundreds of Irish people died building the railroad to and from where you're getting your damn beer from.
Sure.
And the Chinese. I'm not going to leave them out. Because the Chinese and the Irish did all the railroad.
Listen, when
work and
Chinese
stuff.
New Year comes around, we'll talk about them.
No one even knows who St. Patrick is. That's BS. I think everybody knows who St. Patrick was. Do they know a lot about him? No. Probably not. I'm not going to read this description because it's stupid and it's long-winded.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if there were, like, the younger generation coming up. Like the late high school, college kids. I don't know. I hear it, too. That might not know. And they're just like, oh, it's a holiday to listen to OAR and be our usual douchebag selves just while wearing green.
All right, it says, now this one, it contradicts itself. It says wearing something green. Remember when we said wearing something green is fine? It is so long as it isn't this. We're going to have to describe this.
True.
Yes, this picture is horrible. It's little green leprechaun hats with little green shamrock sunglasses and what I can only describe as a Wendy's wig.
I'm showing it.
You're showing it now?
Raggedy Ann.
Yeah, this is horrible. See? All the way down. Okay.
That's just a mockery at that point.
Yeah. It's just an excuse to get drunk, which I completely and totally agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we talked about this before.
Yep.
It's a saint's holiday. It's actually practiced with abstinence in the country of the saint. So.
Luckily, I don't live there.
Luckily, none of us.
Every day is an excuse for me to get drunk, though. Let's be real.
Kiss me, I'm Irish.
Hate it.
This would be a lot cuter if it wasn't obviously shorthand for... Hold on here, the computer's freaking out on me. Kiss me, the numerous beers I've consumed have crippled my judgment. Also, I can't remember whether or not I'm Irish. It's nice of them to define that for us. Finally. Not even the president is safe?
See, I've never known about this.
No, neither have I. I've never actually seen this.
Yeah.
Every year he gets the same dumb green bush and we get the same dumb Obama jokes.
Apparently, it's not as big and as well publicized as the laying the wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier,
or pardoning the turkey on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, look at the thing; it's kind of stupid.
And this is why we asked earlier how close you grew up to Hoboken.
Okay.
Hoboken, New Jersey. The weekend St. Patrick's Day.
This is dumbest things about St. Patrick's Day, by the way.
The weekend St. Patrick's Day celebration in Hoboken, New Jersey were so epically disgusting they had to be canceled because they were making Jersey Shore look civilized by comparison.
Oh, boy.
Aren't you proud to be a New Jerseyan?
No. Not when they say things like that.
Okay. Snakes have free reign. Says, wasn't St. Patrick's Day supposed to have something to do with driving out snakes? Yes. Well, the only snake you're likely to see in any kind of peril on St. Patrick's Day is the snake they use to unclog the vomit-filled toilet at the local pub.
Oh.
Now, I'm going to speak to this because we talked about this a little bit too.
It's a plumbing tool, by the way, not the reptile.
Yeah.
I know.
This is part of the lore that people do need to know. St. Patrick drove the snakes out of Ireland. They're talking about the Druids whose symbol was a snake.
Right.
It was basically him taking out the Druid faith. So that doesn't make any sense, which makes the writer of this blog dumb.
Those hood-wearing creepos.
Yep. Damn them, build Stonehenge and make millions of dollars for their country thousands of years later. Best case scenario, corned beef and cabbage. Even if you manage to skip the drinking, parades, vomiting, and hooliganism, what's the most responsible way to celebrate St. Pat's Day? By eating a gassy nightmare of boiled dinner that will ensure nothing but bad breath and cabbage farts for days afterwards. I'd sooner have the hangover. I would sooner have both.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
And then there's another one.
Is there?
That's presidents eating.
Yeah, the next slideshow, which we found out by accident.
Had nothing to do.
No.
With what we didn't know until Johnny Five saw the headline. Chris, vote.
I'm going to go with girls.
Girl.
I'm going to go with the J5.
Johnny Five.
I will go with girl.
I go with Johnny Five. Tally. Pretty sure there's a tie.
Yes. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure there's a tie.
Drum roll, please.
Yes.
This week's Idiot of the Week winner is
J5 and myself.
Ipso facto, you were disqualified, so it's Johnny Five. Yay! It's time to go, boys and girls. Band-Aid with Doc Rock coming up in about 5 minutes or so on MorningShowCentral.com. If you missed any part of the show, you can catch it in its entirety on ProjectXShow.com tomorrow morning-ish, where it's available for live playback or download, or tonight immediately after Band-Aid with Doc Rock on the 24-hour live feed on MorningShowCentral.com. Like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/PXShow. Follow us on Twitter @ProjectXShow. Hopefully we'll be back next week. Well, we will be back next week. Hopefully with a full crew and a better show. Thanks for hanging out. See you next week. Peace, bitches.